The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He saves those whose spirits have been crushed. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. That's His promise. I lost my husband and my daughter to cancer. I didn't really lose them. I know where they are. They're with Jesus. And their journey is a part of my story. Wally was nearly 59. He was just days short of being 59, and Kim was 45 when the Lord took them both to live with Him. Sometime after Wally's death, I read a book by a fellow named Gerald Sitzer. The book is called A Grace Disguised, and I'd like to read just a little bit of that to you. He said, "Sooner or later, all people suffer loss in little doses or big ones, suddenly or over time, privately or in public settings. Loss is as much a part of normal life as birth, for as surely as we are born into this world, we suffer loss before we leave it." They were really words of wisdom, and they gave me words to be able to explain what I was feeling. Kathy and Kim were my girls. Kathy lives here in Sonora. Kim and her little family live in Southern California. December 29th, a couple of years ago almost now, that I was to go down and stay with her as she recovered from her second cancer surgery. That month turned out to be nearly a year as we watched her life dwindle away. And yet, what happened in that outcome of being able to be there for a longer period of time was a blessing to all of us. And it was a precious time. What was really special to me was those times that we spent with her friends around that sick bed. And a memory that I have that will never go away is of her leading a longtime friend from work to Jesus at her bedside when she was at home. Under remarkable circumstances, I was allowed to walk with her and Chris and her son, Blake, and Chris's family by just remaining in that home for so long. I was able to be there for my son-in-law to talk, to pray, to cry, to encourage, to cook and chauffeur, whatever needed to be done. It was healing for him, and it was healing for me as well. And I think, really because I had processed so much with Wally, that there was freedom to share with Chris. Her last Christmas season with church, they had a huge thing with light that said, "The hope has a name, it's Jesus." And that was who she became, and it was a part of her journey. God put her in a place that could build her up and gave her what she needed to take what was going to happen. And I think, that's it. God shows up. He just does show up. And in remarkable ways. Kim said, literally, God lifted me up, scooped me up, and carried me through this first year. I sensed His presence in every way, and you will too. Not a minute before you need it, but when you need it, He will be there. While there is darkness in that grief or in that concern about what our future is going to be, there is also light.